Hello, my name is Bill Hardiman. I'm state senator from the 29th district. That district includes all of Grand Rapids, Kentwood, Cascade, Lowell, Virginia, and Grattan townships. I'm very pleased to welcome you to our program for this month. This is From the Capital to the Community. We'd like to talk about issues that are very important to our community and to communities all across the state of Michigan. And I'm very pleased to be here with you today. In fact, I'm very excited. I have a couple of friends here with me. One of the biggest issues over the last several months has been the state budget. We know that the economy in Michigan is struggling, and so settling the budget was much more difficult this year. It was more difficult because I believe we needed to make some very serious changes in our state government and the way we run state government. I believe we needed to reform or reconstruct state government to make it more efficient and effective and to use the resources that we have. And so I chair 3 appropriations committees or budget committees, and one of the most important, is the Department of Human Services. And so as chair, I sponsored a budget bill that would change state government. It's called Senate Bill 232. It's for the Department of Human Services, and it would move the state toward working more with community-based organizations. I believe that's very important. One, I believe community-based organizations get us back to what I call the Good Samaritan story, where an individual reaches out and touches another individual and helps out. It gets us back to organizations that are part of the community, that are supported by the community, that there are community boards helping to oversee those organizations, but still providing good regulatory oversight by the state. I feel the state has a very important role in garnering more funds from the federal government, providing regulation, training, and oversight. So with that type of partnership, I think we can provide better, more efficient, and effective services. Now, today I have here with me a person who's a good friend of mine, but he also is president and CEO of one of the major community-based organizations from the Detroit area. I want to welcome my good friend Mike Williams to the program. Mike, it's great to have you here. You are president and CEO of Orchard Services, and can you tell us just a little bit about that? And then we want to introduce our friend who's here today with you.
Oh, it's a pleasure being here, and anytime we can move forward with some of the issues that relate to children, I'm always excited, and want to, first of all and foremost, thank you for having the understanding and the passion to move a very difficult process forward. But as relates to Orchards, Orchards is an organization about 45 years old. It started with the implementation by the National Council of Jewish Women, focused on young boys. It changed, and it changed to the better. And it now services about 600 kids on a daily level. Foster care adoption, we do a lot of family prevention programs. We're in 4 counties, Oakland, Wayne, Washtenaw, and Macomb counties. And what we do is really work with the community, to develop the community, to strengthen the community through programs and services. So it is our mission, it is our commitment, and we're really excited about some of the exciting things that have happened as a result of the bill that you sponsored. It gives us an opportunity to really anchor some things that have been challenges for us in the past.
Mike, can you just explain just very briefly some of the specific kinds of services that Orchards provides for children and families?
Yes, we have numerous programs. We have programs that go from the range of neglect and abuse, where young people are having to be removed from their homes. We commit to find a foster home very quickly for those young people, and permanency. Permanency is a word that's used, but what that basically means is finding a family. And that is a key component to it. That comprises about half of the things that we do. The other is to really prevent children from leaving their home. A lot of people think that we're trying to grow the foster care population. The state of Michigan has really made a strong commitment to reduce that, and you've been really clear about if we can have a child stay at home. So Orchards really wants to be a leader of that. So we have a lot of programs, Families First, where you're working with a family really intensely from 4 to 6 weeks. We have Juvenile Justice Reinvention Program, where young people that are coming back home, we work with the families, because as you know, a child changes and the family doesn't. Creates another bad scenario. So we do a lot of prevention work. We also do a lot of recreation work. We partner with Think Detroit, PAL, and our baseball league, and we're very proud to announce for the first time children from the Detroit area, from Michigan more importantly, won the World Series. These are kids from
my.
all levels, and these young men represented this state tremendously in California. A lot of times the first playing right, and they played Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and we are the recipients of the John Young Trophy for the baseball.
Mike, congratulations!
Thank you.
I didn't know that was that had taken place,
Yes.
but I did know about some of the wonderful services that you provide, and certainly to some of our most vulnerable residents, citizens, children, and families. And that's so very important to me. Mike, as you know, I came out of a difficult situation where our family needed help, and I have after my parents separated, my father had a daughter that I didn't get to know till I was an adult, but she went through foster care and adoption, and then became one beautiful woman, and now is living a wonderful life. And so I want to see, deep in my heart, I want to see all kids have the kind of wonderful home lives and family lives so they can progress and grow and be all that God has created them to be.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, Mike, you have a wonderful guest here today, a new friend for me. I've just met her this morning, Jasmine Millwood, and forgive me for introducing her. I know she's your guest, but I'm so excited for you to be here, Jasmine.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Great. I just want to hear your story. You went through some of the services in orchards. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I couldn't have done it without the orchards. I mean, that's the reason that I'm here today, is because their services that they provided for my sisters and I was so tremendous and so vital in order to get me through the hard times. I needed them there. So.
Jasmine, that is such a powerful, powerful story.
Thank you.
You were in 30 homes, and so did you? 30 foster care?
Yeah, in total
settings?
over 50 placements. So with family, relatives, friends of the family, and foster homes, over 50 placements, and just 14 years until I was finally adopted.
Now, when did Orchards services become a part of your life?
They were there since the beginning. They started, we were first admitted to the Department of Human Services, the Michigan social system, when I was really young, a couple months old, and they got involved and started the foster care system program for us, my sisters and I.
And why did you, and Mike, maybe you can help out with this,
Yes.
why were there so many foster care placements rather than maybe one and then adoption?
Well, I think Jasmine's case speaks to some of the things that your bill addresses.
Yes.
I think one thing that we've done much better at is really listen to the young people. The whole responsibility of foster parent had to rise. And I think it was a situation where family is great, and it's what we all should, but there is a pull to always put kids with families. So Jasmine's placement happened as a result of trying with the uncle, trying this person, and then she would come back to foster care. So it wasn't like a perpetual foster care placement situation. And that should be the intent, to really find some permanency for it.
Right.
But Jasmine is one of those stories that you say, here's what's wrong with us, with the system, and how we can fix it. So actually I met Jasmine as a result of an email where she was involved with the Miss Michigan pageant. She became Miss Plymouth and was a contestant for the finalists of Miss Michigan. And she called, not having met her, and her first response was, and understandably so, that she had a real concern about the orchards in terms of, because it represented some challenges being removed from home. That's the